Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. On this channel I talk about fragrance, skincare, fashion and the finer things in life, and today we are talking about 19 fragrances, 19. What brand are we talking about today? Boadicea the Victorious from Britain. If you have any questions in your mind regarding this brand, well, you are looking at Fragrantica, hundreds of bottles. They are cranking out fragrances like crazy. But what's going on? Is it worth the hype? It's very expensive. Is it worth the money? You want to try a couple of offerings from the brand, but you don't know where to start? I have here 19 of them. Tried, tested, and reviewed, and I am gonna give you the scoop on these fragrances. So, what are you gonna do? Go grab a drink if you're feeling a little thirsty, or go grab a snack if you're feeling a little hungry. Come find me here. The brand Boadicea the Victorious is here with 19 fragrances, and we are starting our conversation. Alright, so today we are talking about Boadicea the Victorious 19 fragrances. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I've always been curious about this brand. I'm looking at YouTube. Nowhere to be found. No one's really reviewing the brand. That made me think, okay, this brand does not send PR bottles because, almost 9 out of 10 fragrance YouTubers are reviewing free gifted fragrances, and apparently I couldn't see any reviews, or the fragrances I was curious about was not on YouTube, and that made me think, okay, this brand is, not sending out free bottles. So what was I supposed to do? I ordered samples from the brand. Alright, so I went to their website. So I have a full bottle, and I'm gonna give you the scoop on this full bottle as well, but in a minute. Well, I ordered 17 samples from the brand like so. And I paid more than £300 on ordering these samples. It's very expensive, but they are nowhere to be found. I went to New York, the brand is not there. I live in Pittsburgh, there's no way to try the brand. And I cannot go to London, Harrods, overnight to try Boadicea the Victorious. So what was left to do? Order samples, order the fragrances that you would like to sample in samples like so from the brand, and 17 of them with shipping cost more than £300. Do I regret it? No. Because I now know what we are dealing with here, and I'm going to share with you, and that makes me happy. I also ordered a decant from eBay from a fragrance that I was curious about, that we're going to talk about today. And in order for us to be able to review the brand's presentation, I also ordered a full bottle. This full bottle is called Pure Narcotic, and normally this red collection is more than £400, but I found this bottle very cheap, $150, and I pulled the trigger on that because I wanted to see how the bottle feels, because the brand is so expensive, and I want to see how the sprayer works. I want to see what is the feeling. It's gonna give me life. So it comes in a box like so. This is not that good actually, but the fragrance is put on a satin batting like so, and then you're just gonna remove it, and then let's see how the bottle looks. So we have gold plates, gold whatever, not gold of course, but it feels expensive. On one side you have the brand's name, and we have the emblem, kind of like the sign, and then name is written here, Pure Narcotic, and on the other side it looks like a medallion here. The bottle is expensive. The glass feels high quality. When you look at the cap, it's not that heavy. I've seen heavier caps. I think Parfum de Marly's Delina's cap is heavier than this, or maybe the same, but it feels expensive. But what is really nice about this presentation is this. Do you see this? Oh my god! It's like a smoke. It's very fine mist. It's almost like Rouge's sprayers. I think Rouge has, before seeing this sprayer, I would say Rouge has the best sprayer on the market. But this, right up there with Rouge. So this is really good. And since they're both Coming from Britain, I thought maybe they have the same sprayers. So if you observed a similarity like so with Rouge fragrances and Boadicea the Victorious, drop a comment down in the comment section. But do I like the bottle? Is this an eye candy bottle? No, I don't like the bottle. It's not my aesthetic. When I look at the bottle, I like how it looks like a bubble here, kind of like circular, but this thing kind of like cuts everything here. It just like divides the bottle in two sections. That is not really pleasing to look at. So judging from the bottle, this is not a brand that I would like to invest in. Like Frédéric de Mal, you know, I don't like his bottles as well. But I digress. So the bottle presentation, okay, feels high quality but not pleasing to my eye, especially considering the price point. However, the smell is so important, and if the smell is so addictive, so intoxicating, we can always overlook the presentation. So, and 19 of the fragrances, smells, gonna be here in this video, and we're gonna be starting with this full bottle, which is called Pure Narcotic, and I've been spraying this like crazy in the room here, and I know how it smells. This is a nice, sweet, woody, light tropical, white floral, orange blossom fragrance. So I'm gonna tell you something right up front. When it comes to performance, sillage, and longevity, Boadicea the Victorious brand is very, very successful. So when it comes to this brand, and if you are questioning performance, sillage, or longevity, don't. The brand is very, very, very well done when it comes to those departments. So another thing, I think this brand, whether you like the smell or not, has very high quality ingredients blended very, very well, very smoothly. Transitions are very smooth and hard to detect, and I'm not an expert nose, and like Rouge, I cannot pick up single notes when it comes to this brand called Boadicea the Victorious. So we're gonna get two check marks: performance and blending and high quality. But the smell feels okay. It's nice, white floral, fruity, sweet, and dry down comes the little tonka bean and musky. This is 400 something at retail. Would I ever pay this money for this fragrance? No. But for $150, do I regret it? I quasi regret it, but I wanted to see the bottle, and I wanted to see how the whole experience feels, and the name Pure Narcotic seemed so alluring, so I pulled the trigger on this with a steep discount. Should you do that? No. I did that so that, you know, we have an idea of what's going on, but the rest of the fragrances will be samples, and for now, we are gonna set this on the table and we're gonna move on to the major junk. Here we are. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna tell you. I tried these fragrances. These come in black boxes like so, with kind of like sponge here. I sprayed the sponge here and I tested them on my skin, and I wrote down my notes here. And when it comes to writing notes on this paper fills quality, nothing was visible, so I had to buy the metallic silver pen to be able to read what I'm writing. So all in all, long story short, I did a lot of homework to be able to try out this brand called Boadicea the Victorious, and well, I think I now have a very well, you know, formulated idea about the brand, and we're just gonna go one by one, and it's gonna be quick, a couple, you know, words and adjectives or sentences, and just we're gonna move to the next fragrance, because I don't want to keep you very long in this video, because I'm gonna also give you my final thoughts about the brand after we're done with these samples, and I'm starting. All right, first one from the box, called Grace. The fragrance called Grace, Big No Cleaner. Elaborate, very leathery, woody, very challenging, gets sour and powdery in the dry down on my skin. Aurica, very expensive, sexy. Apparently I like this. Nice, sweet, woody amber with bright fruity florals. I think when it comes to Boadicea the Victorious, a huge part of their offerings are fruity florals with woody and musky undertones, and the other huge part of their offerings belongs to oud category, and this is one of those fruity florals that is very nice, which I like, but it is very expensive. I think it's more than $1,000. This fragrance is called Aurica. All right, the next one, Pride. Another rose fragrance, apparently. Nothing very special. Moving on. And the other one, Back to Paradise. Okay, this is a fragrance from the Rouge Red collection. So this one, sweet tropical, room refresher feeling. Avoid generic dry down. Moving on. Amber Sapphire. Why oh why? Apparently, I did not understand why this fragrance has been released, but Boadicea the Victorious, they are like cranking out fragrances. It doesn't make sense. If you want something better, I say Gucci Oud or Oud Intense, or better yet, go for Oud for Greatness by Initio Parfum Privé. Moving on, Angelic, very concentrated cleaning product. Valiant or Valiant. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. So since I'm not a big fan of the brand, I didn't really look into pronunciations because I wasn't really moved by the brand. So if I'm flopping when it comes to pronunciations today, normally I care about presentations, please excuse me. And if I pronounce something really obnoxiously, drop a comment and you say, well, you really messed that, butchered that. But this one is called Valiant. Oh, by the way, whatever we're talking today, I'm not gonna put you the bottles on the screen because we are moving so fast, it's gonna clutter, and I'm not gonna writing the names for the same reason. It's gonna look too crowded. But the order of fragrance that we talk about today in this video will be in the description box, one by one, in the order that we have talked about today. Putting it out there. All right, Valiant. Back to Valiant. Nice, pleasant. Floral, tropical feeling, feels luxurious. This is very nice. This smells really nice, very concentrated, but it's very expensive. $1,000. No one needs it. Blue Sapphire. Okay, all right. So this one, let me grab this. This one is a good fragrance. Blue Sapphire from Boadicea the Victorious is a very promising, fresh floral oud. I wrote down here. And also, I say it would wear beautifully on a man. Okay, so if you're watching this video and if you are looking for an offering from Boadicea the Victorious, and if you want that offering to have oud in it, and also if you want that offering to be a little aromatic, herbaceous, fresh, floral, and actually it's not super unique, but with a different take on oud, I think Blue Sapphire is a very high quality, very promising. And if you have a lot of money to fork out, you can go and buy Blue Sapphire, provided that you like the smell. Okay, comes Milady. Fresh, sweet, powdery rose of no significance. Moving on. Golden Aries. Okay, I like it a lot. Apparently. Yes, I like this a lot. I know this one. Sweet, tropical, fruity floral, but won't buy. Okay, this is another expensive, very expensive fruity floral, tropical feeling with woody undertone, musky undertone from the brand. It's really nice, more than $1,000. Golden Aries. I like it a lot, but apparently I'm not gonna buy it. Neither should you. Love Poison. Oh my god. This is La Don't Be Shy, okay. La Don't Be Shy prior to reformulation. Think about the black bottle and think about the longevity. Think about the kind of like intense love feeling that we used to get. And then, when the old prior to reformulation love would, feel a little sweaty, but would feel like skin sand when it dries down on your skin, which I love a lot. I have 2 black bottles of Love Don't Be Shy because I don't find the new white bottle of Love Don't Be Shy to be the same as the old one. I think it's very weak. I think it's very kind of feels like watered down when it when you compare it to the old love. But this one here smells like love. I think this is almost like 98% similar to love prior to reformulation. If I have money, or if I see this one on a steep discount, I would buy that. This is in the same collection as Pure Narcotic that comes in the red bottles. So if you are missing the old love, prior to reformulation, the very, like, the real deal, the one that, got famous, Love Don't Be Shy by Killian, I think Love Poison from Boadicea the Victorious is basically the same fragrance. Green Sapphire, another very expensive, kind of like woody fragrance. Expensive, masculine. Apparently I have I thought this feels like a room refreshener, and I also wrote down why oh why. Moving on. Intricate. Okay, so we talked about elaborate. We just talked about it, right? Elaborate. Let me see. I have only 4 fragrances left. Yeah, that one is very leathery, animalic, civet, kind of like very strong, challenging fragrance. So apparently Intricate is also leathery, but very similar, but easier than Elaborate. Gets sweeter in the dry down. So apparently I liked Intricate better than Elaborate. So can I tell you something? Okay, so this is what happens with this brand. There are a ton of perfumes with different price points. So we have like a lower price point, middle price point, and a very expensive price point. So they have different sets of fragrances, but in each price point, in each set of fragrances, there are fragrances that are very similar to each other. And an example of this is actually Intricate being very closely related to Elaborate. So this happens in brands, so they kind of like, repeat themselves and it gets redundant, but the price point changes. Be careful about that. And apparently Intricate is one of those fragrances. All right, so Nemer or Nemer, Nemer. So again, excuse my pronunciation. I didn't really look into it. I didn't look up the pronunciations because I wasn't a really big fan of the brand. But this one is a good fragrance. Apparently, rose, wood, oud, saffron, not bad. I like this. This is very well blended. This is a very nice, complex fragrance. Very, very Middle Eastern Arabic feeling, but apparently I'm not gonna buy it. All right, so, okay, so the Kent I ordered from eBay. This is called Rouge Temptation. Again, the same collection as Love Poison or Pure Narcotic or Back to Paradise. Rouge Temptation is a sweet fragrance, kind of like a Biscoff feeling, caramel stroopwafel feeling with a musky undertone. But this musky undertone is not addictive or alluring or enticing to me. From time to time, this fragrance smells like someone chewing on sweets, but we're also getting that kind of like, bad breath feeling. I'm so sorry if you like this fragrance a lot, but it's not really, yeah. This Rouge Temptation is no way. Okay. Rose Sapphire, another very expensive sapphire from the collection of Boadicea the Victorious. Very powdery in the dry down. Rose, nice, lovely rose fragrance. Ambery touches, but here are my notes. If you like Rose Derby from Armani Privé, or if you like Noir de Noir from Tom Ford, you should go for those two instead of Rose Sapphire, but the performance is really nice. Okay, the last one. Wow, and I didn't mean that to be the last one, but this is their most expensive fragrance, and it is called Nebulous. Okay. Very good. Very, very well made. Very, very, very high quality rose, wood, saffron combination. Skanky barnyard oud opening. Do I mind it? No. I sometimes enjoy it. This has it. Because as this dries down, the oud and rose dry down becomes so high quality, so nice, and performance is bombastic. Spectacular performance. My notes here, better than The Night from Frederic Malle, for sure. Very high quality. So, I'm gonna say, If you like rose and oud fragrances, saffron peeling. If you are okay with the barnyard, skanky oud opening, but if you want a really spectacular, fantastic oud dry down with rose, and if you want that fragrance to come from Boadicea the Victorious, and if you have a lot of money to fork out, I think you can go and try out Nebulous or purchase it. This is better than Frederic Malle The Night. I think this is right up there with Strangelove New York's Dead of Night. And to be honest, this might be a better offering when it comes to blending and performance. You know what I forgot to tell you? Okay, so this brand, Boadicea the Victorious, is very expensive. It's right up there with like Rouge, Sergio, Fragrance du Bois, Pure Distance. But how does Boadicea the Victorious compare to those? I'm gonna tell you. So, the very expensive body mist brand called Fragrance du Bois, of course, Boadicea the Victorious is way better than Fragrance du Bois. Blending, quality, performance, and the scent profile, wow, you cannot even question it. Boadicea the Victorious beats Fragrance du Bois. But the other three, I think, Rouge, Sergio, or Pure Distance are way better than Boadicea the Victorious. You know what? I don't think we can really compare. If you have a lot of money and if you are looking to spend on a fragrance, I think Rouge has better offerings. Pure Distance, definitely. We're going to be talking about that very, very niche, high quality brand on this channel called Pure Distance. It is excellent too. You can go spend your money as well. Even Sergio, you know, many offerings from Sergio, in my opinion, are better than Boadicea the Victorious. So if you would like to rank these four, I would say, you know, Fragrance du Bois, which is terrible, which is body mist, very expensive. You don't even need to talk about it. But, you know, Boadicea the Victorious, and then, you know, the other three, my favorite being, you know, almost like, you know, Rouge and Pure Distance. Alright, we're done. 19 fragrances from Boadicea the Victorious. We reviewed them. I gave you my thoughts. Please let me know what you think of the brand. Have you tried any of their offerings? No one's reviewing them. Apparently they are not sending free bottles. But on this channel, we are reviewing fragrances without external interference. I don't find each and every fragrance creamy or intoxicating, and I don't sugarcoat what I feel. So, thank you so much for watching. And by the way, this is a bilingual channel. Each and every video comes in 2 different languages. One of them is in Turkish and the other one is in English. You have just watched the English version. If you watch fragrance videos, if you find yourself watching my videos, you know, repeatedly, please subscribe and activate the notifications bell and show your support here. You know, if you are a gay ally, I think this is your fragrance channel. Please subscribe. If you don't like, you know, straight guys preaching, this is sexy, female, buy this, buy that, oh my god. If you're done that sexist rhetoric in the fragrance community, welcome. This is your channel. No fragrance, you know, is gonna make you come or make you sweat or make you wet. Are you done with that, you know, overly nonsensical sexual talk that would not make sense? I think this is the channel you're looking for, because we're having fun and we are reviewing the fragrances very transparently. Sounds like a plan, right? I'll see you in the next one. Bye.